welcome to our session on parts of speech. This is parts of speech lesson 2. I said earlier on that we have 8 parts of speech. So we're going to look at those 8 parts of speech in a simple way, step by step, and we're going to take, in each case, we're going to take a practical session, exercise, to test our understanding of the topic. So we are going to the second part of the speech, that is the pronoun. We have done noun, and to remind us, we said a noun is a name of a person, place, or thing. It can be a general name, that is what we call common noun. Or it can be a particular name, that is what we call proper noun. So name is a noun, is a name. Now we're looking at pronoun. Pronoun, as if you are saying pro the noun. That is like you're saying replace the noun. That is, a noun is there, pro it, replace the noun. Replace the noun. So what is a pronoun? Pronoun replaces. Pronoun, replace the noun. That is as if he's saying, replace the noun. Now, pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. Remember I said it's replace the noun. Pronoun, replace the noun. So you are replacing the noun. In pronoun, we are saying replace the noun. So a pronoun is a word used to replace the noun, used in place of a noun. In other words, it shows a noun already mentioned or known in order to avoid repetition. Why would you use a pronoun? Why would you replace the noun? It's because you don't want to mention the noun again and again and again. It will be very boring. It will not be interesting. For example, I want to mention the name of George, or I want to mention the name of Obama, and then I say Obama has gone home, Obama was the president, Obama is that. No, it will be like I'm repeating the same Obama, or I say, oh, James is here, James is cooking. It will be boring. It will not be interesting to hear. And so, in that case, what we do is to replace the name, the noun, which is Obama or which is George, and bring in something, but that word will stand in for George or will stand in for Obama. So, that's why we have examples. So, to avoid repeating the noun, we pro the noun. So it shows a noun already mentioned, and you already mentioned the noun, or you already know the noun, but you want to use a word to replace it so that you will avoid unnecessary repetition. Okay? Let's look. What are the words you can use? I don't want to use my name. Again, I use my name. Let's say John. And then I don't want to use my name. Say I. So I'm saying something like, oh, John, James, and myself are here. So what am I going to say? We are. So instead of mentioning all of us again, I can say we. That we is a pronoun replacing that. So he, she, they, them, us, him, her, their, me, you, our, yourself, ourselves, herself, themselves, his, and so on. You have so many. Okay? So, whether we are not going into categorization of the pronoun, possessive pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, we are not going into that categorization now. We want to just understand a simple pronoun. So we are not going into demonstrative pronoun, whatever possessive pronoun, we are not going into that now. So pronoun, a word you use to replace the noun. Let's take illustration. Let's take this illustration on the board. Let's take this particular illustration. Illustration. Very simple illustration. Our illustration, that's why we put that, to illustrate. Let's say Marvelous, that's a girl, is a hard-working student. Marvelous is a hard-working student. Now, the noun is Marvelous. That is the name of the person. I don't want to mention Marvelous again. I will say she is very much admired by her teachers. She representing who? Marvelous. So I don't want to say Marvelous is a hard-working student. Marvelous is very much loved by Marvelous teachers. No, Marvelous teachers. So what I'm saying is, I mentioned Marvelous, that's okay. So I use something to replace Marvelous that I mentioned. I will say she is much, and she representing Marvelous. By her, who? Her, which who? Her means Marvelous. Her teachers. Whose teachers? Marvelous teachers. So you see, this she, her, that is representing Marvelous, I'm using them to replace the name Marvelous. So they are pronoun. They are pronoun. Okay? So let's revise what we have done. Let's say that again. We say pronoun. That's the second part of our passive C. Pronoun. You are to pro the noun. What do you mean by pro the noun? Replace the noun. You have the noun. I'm saying don't mention the noun again. Find something to put in place of the noun. That is what we call pronoun. A word used in place of a noun. That means it shows a noun already mentioned. You have mentioned a name. You have mentioned a noun. You now want to use a word to replace that noun, so that you don't have to repeat the noun again and again. That is what we call pronoun. We have examples of them. We have made examples of them. Ourselves, yourself, myself, herself, himself. Okay, many of them. And then you have them. We have illustration there. We said Marvelous is a hard-working student. I don't want to mention Marvelous again. I say she is much admired by Marvelous' teacher. So I say by her. That's her standing in for Marvelous. So that is our pronoun. If you like our video, please share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget our community-based adult literacy program. Please support us as we go into this community-based adult literacy program. It's a literacy program where we design to train those in the communities on simple calculation, running their businesses, reading and writing, doing simple calculations so that they will not make mistakes. And we can also take them a bit forward, a bit higher, by giving them training on civic education, giving them training on peace. So these are programs that we have designed, taking them from nowhere to somewhere. Please, we need instruments, we need equipment, we need structures, we need materials. In any way you can support, please do that. In any way you can support, please do that. I'll be very glad you did.